Hello and welcome back to Average American Outdoors. Today I decided to get the luxuries in life and go back to staying in a hard-walled house. I got an Airbnb here in the North Pole so I could kind of recuperate from my drive and kind of gather my stuff and get everything put together the way I want it, because after 4 days of living in my truck, or 5 days living in my truck, I've kind of got a little bit of a mess going on as far as where my pots and pans and jet boils and stuff like that ended up. So Airbnb was significantly cheaper than what some of the hotels in the area were asking for a couple of nights. So this worked out. It's a nice little place. It's got little tees on the wall, nice moves. It's got a little kitchen so I can get a steak made, and I got a couple of stuffed mushrooms going there. But yeah, it's a lot nicer to have some place where it's all in one. I don't have to run around and find a laundromat or a place to take a shower. It's all kind of right here. Like I said, it's cheaper than what the hotels in the area were asking, so this worked out good for me. After I get kind of put together, I did a little bit of grocery shopping today. Got some of the stuff I forgot, like Ziploc bags and a couple Sharpie markers and some breakfast items like oatmeal, that kind of stuff. After I get things put together, then I'll be able to take out of here with a clean head and clean clothes and be able to start the next little venture going up the road. One of the other things I'd like to do while I'm in town here is try to find a place where I can shoot my bow and shoot my rifle, or at least close to town. So that way, if I have any problems before I go into the far regions of the north, I might be able to rectify a problem if I have one. I'm not anticipating it. I've had my bow and my rifle out, and they both look pretty good. Look like they fared the trip pretty decent. Didn't have any screws falling out yet, so that's good. Good old steak, stuffed mushrooms. Doing a little bit of S&P on here. Fry her up and flip her over. Away we go. Now tell me that doesn't look better than a mountain house right about now. Yeah, buddy. Well, the time has finally come for me to finish the last little bit of going up to my caribou hunt. It's been a nice little break staying at that Airbnb. Got to do a day fishing with some extended family. That was a lot of fun. I can tell you the little trout up here, they fight a lot harder per pound than what they do down in the States, and they don't taste like pond water near as bad. We cooked a couple of them up and they were really good. So I'm gonna get gas, and then on my way out of town here, it's actually quite a ways out of town, I've been told about a place that has the best pies in the earth. It's called the Hilltop Truck Stop, and if I'm hearing about it in the lower 48, you better believe I'm gonna stop there and get a piece of pie on the way through. I think it's outside of like Fox or something like that. But anyway, here we go. Let's continue our adventure. Well, I stopped into the Hilltop Truck Stop to get a piece of peanut butter pie. It looks really good. It looks like I'm going to need to give a pretty good insulin dose after this one. But nice little store. Great pie selection. I'm really looking forward to this. Check this out. Truck Stop pie with peanut butter. I was a little nervous about the peanut butter, but it looks pretty good. That is good. Kelly, you weren't lying. Best pie. Best pie. I understand why you recommended it. Thanks, brother. Well, that pie was absolutely amazing. If you're ever going by, I would highly recommend that you make the stop. It's worth its reputation, I tell you that. But back on the road again. Got a good dose of insulin in me after that, and away we go. Bridge that crosses it. Pretty cool. Well, I'm gaining. I've made it to Finger Mountain. It's not much of a mountain for somebody coming out of the Rockies, but it's pretty up here. It's getting to the point where it's starting to feel a little bit surreal being here. It's starting to look more like tundra, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Check this out. And that right there is Finger Mountain. Kind of just a little rock knob out there. It's like 50 some degrees out here on top of this Finger Mountain, but it feels cooler. It feels like fall is in the air. I don't know if it's the moisture or what, but flowers are still enjoying life and living to the fullest, so it can't be that bad. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous up here. Well, we made it to the Arctic Circle. Getting closer. Alaska road trip snacks, significantly better than what we have in the lower 48. Smoked salmon. Good stuff. Hey, boo-boo. Well, it looks like I'm going into a little bit of snow. It's not fog. As you can tell, the snow line's right about even with me. But yeah, good times. I'm guessing this is pretty close to the top of Adigan Pass. So yeah, snow in July. Gotta love it. Yeah, it's coming down pretty decent. When I checked last night because there's a road camera up here on top of the pass, this was all clear green grass growing. So this little storm coming in and letting it have it. People told me I was crazy. I wouldn't need chains this time of year. I may not, but I'm glad I got them instead of not. Yeah, so I'm not that high in elevation anymore. It's coming down fairly decent for July 28th, I believe is what today is. It's kind of cool. Well, after several hundred miles of driving through rougher roads and the last, 100 miles of driving through a snowstorm in July, I decided I'd find a place to pull off the side of the road and go to bed. It's only about 6 o'clock here, but I've been going pretty hard for about 14 hours now, so I decided I was going to call it a night. It was snowing good enough that I wasn't going to take time to do any kind of filming outside, but I ended up parking next to a little boat ramp, or launch anyway. It's a concrete pad going down off into the river. On today's valuable lessons, though, I learned that, one, a lot of the truckers up here, they own the middle of the road, which is okay. Ye with the biggest tire wins, right? And the other really important lesson that I learned that almost cost me probably a real pain was don't go off the edge of the road. I just about didn't make it back up on it. The edge of the road was greasy enough that it didn't want to crawl out, and there was a delineator that it was trying to suck me into, but we got it. We survived, but that was interesting. It was one of the more exciting points of the day. I have not seen any caribou yet. I saw one bear and probably 24 ground squirrels or marmots on the way up, and that's been about it. Yeah, it's kind of been a lackluster day, but there was good cell service there at Coldfoot, and then around pump number 4 on the road up through. Pump number 4 kind of surprised me because you're literally out in the middle of nowhere. It's not too far off this side of the top of Adigan Pass, but it's supposed to be kind of junky weather for the next couple of days, so I'm hoping to be able to find a couple of caribou in the meanwhile, and also check my zero on my rifle and still make sure my bow's sighted in. I did shoot yesterday and they were off just a little bit. The rifle was off about 3 clicks to the right at 100 yards. The elevation seemed to be okay, but yeah, off a little bit to the right. And my bow was way off. It was like a foot low left. So after traveling bumpy roads, I want to check that again. But until tomorrow, I'll be signing off. I'll catch you guys later.